Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Flying Colors, Fleet Actions in the Age of Sail from GMT Games and game designed by Mike Nagel. Okay, so we left off, we're ready to start turn 4, but I have been making a slight mistake, and Mike Berticelli pointed it out to me in the chat. The only thing was that when we're talking about firing either with the wind or against the wind. So, and then I went back and looked in the rules. I don't know why I got myself confused on that, but basically it boils down to this. If you're reaching, so let's say this ship right here, the wind's blowing this way, he's reaching. So if he's firing in this direction, anything on the reaching side is with the wind. If he's firing back this way, it's against the wind. Okay, if you're like this ship and you're running, then you do not have the wind in either direction. If you're like the French ship and he's beating, now against the wind and with the wind. Okay, so it depends on which side you're on and which side the wind's blowing from. So I think I've been messing that up a little bit, but I don't think it's like ruined the game. So we're going to keep going. Okay, first thing we have to do is we got to check to see, is the wind going to change? So we roll and we get a 5. So the wind does not change. Next thing we do is command determination. Now, they have a wounded commander, and he can only command these two guys. So they have a command split here, and they have another one here. He's actually got 4. Let me take that back. 1, 2, 3, 4. That command, he's only got 1 command split there. I have 6 with the British, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He actually has everybody in command. He just can't do fleet commands because same thing for both of them because your ships are in different directions. But they're in the command radius. Okay. Okay, so in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is group command, so they're all in command together. The French have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can't do a fleet command because one ship's not pointing the same direction. Okay, so we have to roll now for initiative. Now, the British get +2, the French get +1 to their die. So we roll, and it's 6 and it's 6. But the +2 for the British gives him 8 to 7. 8 to 7. So it's this goes to the British. So they get to issue the first order. Okay. Now, what the British like to do is get in close and blast you. And I got a feeling that's just what we're going to try to do here. Now, the Caesar is down 3 movement points, so he only has 2. He's going to move straight ahead. 1, 2, and he could try to rake him, or his range is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 over to the formidable, and because that goes right along that hex side, he actually can give him a full broadside. That's who I'd really like to hit, is him. And I think that's what we're going to do. The formidable is going to fire a defensive broadside, so we'll put his broadside fired starboard on there. And he's going to fire. He is a -1 on his table. He is a black 1, so that makes him a black 2, and the range was 1, 2, 3, 4. at a range of 4 is a 6. He is firing at the rigging, so he gets +1. My chart out here. So he was a 6, and his audacity was is 1 for the French. That gives him 7. So he's on table 7 firepower, and his die roll, he's firing. He is firing at the rigging +1, and he's firing into the wind +1. So he's +2. Okay. So he gets a +2 on firepower 7. His die roll is a 1. Okay. Sorry. It's a 1. Okay. A 1. Cable 7. That's a hull hit. So the Caesar takes his second hull hit, which I'm much happier about than a rigging hit. Okay. Now, the Caesar's firing his port broadside, and he is a red 2 at range 4 is a 7. Red 2 at range 4, he's a 7. His audacity 3 puts him at 10. He is firing at the hull +1, and he's firing with the wind +1, so that's +2. So he's on fire table 10, and it is a +2 to the die roll, and he gets a 6, which makes that an 8 on 10. So it's the blue column on 10 at the hull. 3 hull. So he has 11, so he's going to go to 14 for hull hits. So the 11 comes off, and the 14, and now he's a -2. So he's definitely taking one more hit, and he's going to go into his damage side of that ship. All right. Now we have the hero coming up onto the Mont Blanc, or he could rotate to go from running to reaching, cost him 0 movement points. And he's going to have 4 that he can use. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't quite, and I don't want to get him right there where he's going to have too much of a problem. I'm thinking we're going to run him right up here. He's going to get into some defensive fire either way. So the question is, which one do you? He's probably going to take two broadsides here, or only one, I should say, because I believe the defensive fire is only one of the ships can fire at him, and I think it'll be the Mont Blanc. He can go 1, 2, 3, and back his sails down. Wow. Is that what I want to do? Or get this one. He can go reaching this direction. 2, 3, 4. He can cross that guy's T right there and rake him. Wow. That ain't a bad deal there either. Cost him 0 to do that. One, 2, 3, 4. That's what he's going to do. We're going to try to get the Scipion in trouble here. He's going to go from running to reaching, 0 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to rake this guy. He doesn't have defensive fire there. Neither does he. So I got a great shot at this guy. I am a red 3 at range 1 is 14 plus 3 audacity is 17. I get to check for a rake. So we check on the, looking for it here, not on this table. Ah, here it is, rake table. If it's 4 or less, successful. 5 to 9, no rake. I got a 3 audacity rating. Commander quality, none. Range to target is only 1. So it's a -2. So we're going to see if we can do the rake. He gets a 5. -2 is a 3. So that I'm going to do the rake. Okay. So the hero is firing his port broadside at the hull of the Scipion. We said he was a red 3, which was 14 plus audacity is 17. He is firing into the wind, which is -1, and he's so no modifier to the die roll on 17. So here we go. Oh, a 1. Crud. He hits him with 4 hull hits. Oh, wait a minute. Other modifiers. Outside the broadside arc? Nope. If firing down your own rake line? No, not. Okay. So he scored 4 hull hits, but he gets times because he raked him. Oh, that's a stern rake. Bow rake by 50%. So he goes from 4, half of that is 2, so he gets 6 hull hits. He already has 4. That puts him at 10, which is going to make him a -1. We did some damage to him. Alright, and my last ship is the Courageous, not the Copenhagen, the Courageous. He is going to go 2, 3, 4, swing around, and back sails. The Scipion can fire his starboard in defense at range 2. He's a 3, but makes him a 4 because of the 10 hull hits. So he becomes a white 4. At range 2 is 9. So 9. And he's going to fire at the rigging against the wind, which gives him, oh, he's 9 plus 1 is 10 for his audacity. +1 firing at the rigging and +1 firing into the wind. Okay. So he gets +2. Table is 10. Firepower is 10. He rolls a 2. So that gives him a 4. On table 10, 4. Table 10. 3 rigging. So the Courageous goes from 4 to 7. And I got to think about something here, because I think I went 1 space too far. He could not have gone 5 and turned. He would have been back 1. So let's adjust everything, because I would have made the same move, but he couldn't have gone quite that far. So the range is 3 on a white 4. That's 8 plus 1 is 9. So he rolls a 4 on table firepower 9. Let's get it right. 2 rigging and a hull. Okay. So his rigging goes from 4 to 6. So that 6 is going to reduce his speed by another one. And he takes 1 hull hit. He's firing his port gun now at range 3. A white 3 at range 3 is 10. Plus 3 for Audacity is 13. So he has a 13. And he is firing at the hull, firing into the wind, with the wind, plus 2. Okay, table 13, and he's plus 2, and he gets a 9. 9. That's 11 on table 13. At the hull, table 13, the bottom one's 12, so that's 5 hull, and there's a possible fire. Okay, so he gives him 5 hull hits. The Scipion already had 10, so he goes to, this becomes 13. Gotta find my marker here. Hope that's it. Yeah. So he takes those 3, makes him 13, and then the ship flips over to his damage side, and the other 2 hits now apply to this side. Well, I guess I should leave. So we actually ended up with 15 on this side. And now he's taken 2 on this side. And we have a possible fire. Okay, got to check for the fire result because I haven't done that one in a while. In a couple days. Fire limitations. Oh, no, wrong kind of fire. Fix. Let's see. Here it is, fires. Roll a die if the result is less than or equal to the number of hull and or rigging hits sustained by that attack, the ship has caught fire. So he sustained 5. So we're going to roll. 5 or less, it's not, it's a 9, so no fire. Okay, we didn't catch him on fire. Okay, so you can see now he's dropped from a 3 to a 5 on his ship now, and he's in trouble. He's already taken 2. He only has 12 hull hits on this side, so he took a pounding on that one. Okay. And the French fired at my commander over there, and I did not. He fired his defensive fire, and I did not roll, but he got a 3, so he did not get wounded. Okay. Now, what's he going to do? He needs to get up in front of this guy. This is the formidable. He's got 5 movement points that he can use, and going from reaching to beating cost him 4. So he goes 1, and he can turn here, and then he starts, but he really needs to go up. So he's going to back sails, that's 1. Move 2. Back sails 3. Move 4. 5. Okay. Now we have the gay Truin. He's going to go from beating to reaching, and to go from beating to reaching costs 4 movement points. That's what he's going to do. Well, he's beating. Oh, look at that again. Oh no, beating to reaching costs 0. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, his movements are 2. He doesn't want to get in real close, so he's going to spend 0, 1, 2, and he can fire his starboard broadside. And we can't do defensive fire because we've already fired our broadsides on that side. And I'm going to do something after this turn because I'm new to the game and I really missed it, and I really think that they should have the opportunity to take this shot. So I'm going to do that with the hero. He had a stern rake on that guy. He had bow rake here and a stern rake there, and I'm letting him have it. I think it's the right thing to do. Okay, the firing here at range 3 with the French. On a white 3, at range 3 is a table of 10, plus 1 for audacity is 11. He's firing at the rigging into the wind is plus 2 to his die roll. So he rolls a 7. He rolled a 7, which makes that a 9. It was a white 3, yeah, 10, 11. So a 9 on firepower of 11. It's the white row, firepower 11 at the rigging. 3 rigging, 1 hull. Okay, so his hull here on the Caesar is going to go to 3 now. And he takes 3 rigging, which is now 14, which now drops him to 4, minus 4 on his movement. So he's barely got any movement left to him now. He's fired. Now, here's what I missed, and I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to let them take their shot because they would have fired this. This is going to be a starboard broadside by the hero. So he's actually, the hero is going to flip his port fired to fired both now. And he actually can fire his starboard rake right there. He got that guy in a rake on the stern rake. So at range 2 for the hero, and he's a red 3. At range 2 is a 10, plus 3 is 13. He is reaching, so he's firing with the wind at the hull. That's plus 2 to his die roll, so he's a firepower 13 plus 2. We got to check to see if he can actually rake him or not. He is it's a minus 3 for audacity, minus 2, so minus 5. Range is 2, so that's plus 2, so it's a minus 3 to his die roll. He rolls a 3, so he does. He's raking him. Okay, so here comes the shot. He gets plus 2. Oh, he rolled a 1. So a 3 on 13. Man, these guys had such a great chance. It's a white 3 hull, and on a stern rake, it's double. So that's 6 hull hits on the Mont Blanc. So he goes from 1 to 7, which now makes him a minus 1 on his Ship, okay, that should have been taken care of before. Now, the Mont Blanc is reaching. They're really after this guy. They've about got him demasted here. So they're going, if he becomes beating, it spends 4 of his movement points. He back sail 1, 2, back sail 3, 4, back sail 5. That gives him, he's got his shot. Range is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's firing starboard on the Mont Blanc. So he will fire. He is a white 3. Range was 1, 2, 3, 4. That's table 6. Plus 1 audacity gives him 7. And he is firing. He is still reaching. But he's on the opposite port, so he's into the wind. So he gets +1 for. He gets +1. He gets +2 as my die rolls. Okay, +2. And it's on 7. Yep. And he rolls a 3. So he gets a 3 +2 is a 5. On table, firepower 7. 5 on 7. Rigging. 1 rigging hit, possible fire. So he goes to 15. It's on this side, 13. So I need a 15 now. If I can find one. Thought for sure they'd have one in there, but you know what? I'm not seeing a 15. So we'll leave the 14 on there. And we'll put a 1 with it. Okay. So he has 15 on his rigging hits now. The 5 on 7. Yeah, just the 1 rigging hit. Possible fire. I have to roll if it comes up 1 or 0. Oh, it's a 0. He caught fire. Okay. We now have a fire on this ship. I'm going to put that marker right on him so I don't forget. And we have to roll to see if the Admiral got injured. No dice there. Oh, I hit my ship. A 3, no injury. He was 4 away. 4, yeah. 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. And then this guy, he could fire his port broadside. He can't rake him. He can move 1. He can move through here. So the Scipion can fire his second port broadside right here as he moves through. So he's going to move 1. And he's going to be at range 0. He's a 5. So he's rated a 5. That's a firepower of 11. +1 is 12. He is firing at the rigging with the wind. We get 0 modifiers. So he's on table 11. No modifier. Oh, he rolls a 9. He gets a great shot. A 9. And table 11 is 3 rigging and a hull. So the hero takes his first hull hit, and his rigging goes from 2 to 5. He's now -1 on his speed. And the heroes fired both his broadsides, so he can't do anything. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, yep, 4, and he'll back sails right there. Okay, wow, interesting. So we got a few things going here. Now everybody's moved. Take that off the board. All right. So everybody moved. And we have to do, let's see. Disengage ship, select another command. We did that. Ship status. Ship fires. Okay, so we got a roll for the ship fire. So we have a ship fire table. So we roll a die. After determining spread, we check to see what happens. Okay, so he rolls now to see what he's going to get for the fire. He's not fouled. He's not grappled. They roll a 6. A 6 is 1 rigging hit. I think that's going to do him in. Yep. And we have to roll another die, and if it's a 9, the ship explodes. Whew, it's a 0. Okay. So the fire is still there, but his rigging is gone. So this ship is on fire. I'm going to move the fire marker to the Caesar. He is now, take all these hits off. He is dismasted. So down here on his card, he's now dismasted. So he's sitting adrift now. So there's nothing for him to do but fire at somebody as they're passing by. Okay. Drifting won't happen this turn. It happens next turn. Striking, sinking, remove broadside markers. Okay. All right. And that's going to move us up to turn 5. Wow. What a wild turn of events. We did some heavy duty damage to the Scipion. And the Formidable is almost ready to go to his damage side. But I'm not going to be able to get that. I can get a half broadside at him probably. But yeah, this has been a wild battle. Okay, that's a lot, and I want to check some things like striking and those things. So I think I'm going to call this one. We'll make it a short video. Should be around half hour or so, and we'll pick it up again and see how we do. My ships have got scattered. Now I'm out of command, so I'm going to have to check some things there. I think I forgot to roll for his command, but we're not going to go back and change that, being I forgot to do a broadside and I let him take his. So I think we'll just leave everything like it is right now, and then we will see what happens on the next move. I'll do a little quick review of the rules, make sure I didn't mess something up too bad. We'll be ready to come back for turn 5, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you're enjoying it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, give me that thumbs up. These things really help my channel. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Have a good one.